Beef is when the light can't sleep. Bruh. Beef is when the that song was hard. Who made that song, by the way?
B.I.G.
There you go. Yeah, that song was pretty dark, I'm not gonna lie. Dang. Guarantee that I see you. Whoa, my gosh.
Yeah, you
Lord
remember the lyrics.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I was never like a thug or anything, but you know what I'm saying? I used to listen to a lot of hood music. Pumped me up. Until I became a little bit more conscious about what I was feeding myself. But you know what I mean?
Okay.
Dang.
Yeah, that was Notorious B.I.G. But yeah, look at this guy. Anyway.
Yeah, he got a little now, you know? Got a little culture.
Beef. There's been a lot of talk about beefs going on lately. And I just wanted to bring it up to the forefront, man. Starting with a few of the main beefs that are going on right now. Mm-hmm. Of course, one that is essentially not going on so much, but J. Cole versus Kendrick Lamar, which is kind of interesting because J. Cole was the one who initially set up the meeting between Dre and Kendrick. If it wasn't for that, there's no telling where Kendrick would be right now. But
think about it.
Let's continue with the list here just a little bit. So you had J. Cole versus Kendrick versus Drake, Drake versus everybody. So by everybody, I mean Metro Boomin, Future, of course, Kanye, and Rick Ross, man. How do you feel about how Rick Ross has been handling it?
I mean, first and foremost, my honest opinion is that it shows me that no amount of money could ever make you truly happy. And I see these two brothers win.
Cap, because I'm going to be the happiest man in the world when I get my bread up.
Impact. In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. My muscle tough as the hustle, the numbers is just that. And I'ma keep winning and sit back. I love the feeling of killing them with that. Attacking the process, tackling topics, master synopsis. This the residual impact, yeah.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your man, Brandon Gio.
And your man, JaMichael Moore. And we are the Residual Impact Podcast.
Here we inspire others to find the greatness within themselves.
And then apply to the community.
Let's grow.
Yes, sir. We're back.
Back for another one, son. And guess what?
What's up?
We're in a new location.
God is great, man. God is really great.
All the time, man.
I was on my way here, and I was like, man, like the fact that we're in like a whole nother city and we have a place to go, like, bruh, that is a blessing.
It is. It truly is. And
yeah,
I guess, I wouldn't have it any other way because it shows the growth.
Yeah.
How we started from one place and then ended up going to another place and another place. And it was like last minute, really last minute. We're like, yo, you ready to record?
Yeah,
it's
bro.
Like, yeah, well, let's meet here.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
And it's just dope to have like the fact that we have this platform that we like, yo, you want to record something? Like we have the ability to control content, what we want to put out, and
that
just
is true.
Showing ourselves. Like, I don't know, bro. That's something that I didn't take for granted. On my way up here, I really saw it. I'm like, man, we doing this, B. we got something, bro. We created it.
That is true. And the funny thing about that, actually, I'll save it for a little later.
Okay.
Just a little later.
Okay.
I'll come back to this moment because it feels kind of surreal
You was about to
even
cook.
think about it. I was, and I still will.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just let's get into something before we start cooking.
Okay. Let it marinate. Just let it marinate.
Yeah, let it marinate. But first things first, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in this week. This is going to be a great episode. I could already tell, judging by the notes and what we had talked about before we even cut the cameras and the mics on. But first and foremost, if y'all are watching, if y'all are listening, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it.
Big facts.
Please make sure you subscribe to the movement. Again, it's not just what you guys are watching. It's not just what you guys are listening to, but also we are everywhere. Social media.
Yeah.
Audio platforms, video platforms.
Real life.
Other people's platforms coming soon.
Yeah.
So on and so forth. So I can't just say subscribe to one specific, platform because we're everywhere. So subscribe to the movement. And of course, make sure you guys leave a review. Make sure if y'all are watching, drop comments down below.
Please.
You know, because that definitely helps support the movement and it gets us out there. So we greatly appreciate it.
Yes, Lord, man. I like how you said the movement. I like that.
Yeah. Something I had to borrow from Sauce Brady. So, you know, he says in his show, subscribe to the campaign. So I didn't want to just blatantly,
take from him.
You know what I'm saying? So
He wouldn't mind though. He was like,
no, for sure. But, you know, instead of plagiarizing,
you're right.
I wanted to put it in my own words,
Give
so
a
to
little
speak.
sauce to it.
You know what I mean? So subscribe to the movement, ladies and gentlemen, and we greatly appreciate it.
For real. We really do, man. Thank y'all.
So, Mike.
What up, player?
Man.
What we looking like?
A few things I wanted to talk about today. First and foremost, starting with some segments that we have added to the show. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we finally have segments. You know, needless to say, we've had segments since we started, but this time it's actually outlined. It's listed. We have titles this time around, and this is going to be something that hopefully will stick. If you guys don't like the titles of each segment, please be sure to reach out to us and help us come up with nicknames, help us come up with titles, whatever the case may be, even help us come up with more segments.
Yep.
If you're interested in hearing or seeing something else from us, we greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, because we're going to work them out as we go.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
With that being said, I will say, starting with the first segment, of course, this is one that we've had since the inception of the show, but we've given it a title this time around. And, of course, made sure we included it in the outline so that somebody doesn't forget about somebody else's week.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, it is wild.
You want to go first?
You know what? That's a great idea. That is a great idea, to make sure that my week is not forgotten like it was in episode 78.
That's wild, man. You got to let go of the past, brother.
Can't do it, especially when I edit the show, because
that is why
I relive it.
That is why
I relive it often.
All right. Well, without further ado, man, we're gonna give B the start of the segment, ladies and gentlemen. So, B, how has the week been for your brother?
First and foremost, what are we calling this segment?
Oh, we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna call it a brief week. We gonna stick with that, or what we gonna do?
I don't know. I think I came up with it on the fly.
I like brief week though. Like
brief week.
You know what I mean? I like that because we gonna keep it brief.
Keep it brief.
You know what I mean? But we go over. I like that. So yeah, the first segment, brief week.
So, how my week was, you ask?
How was your brief week?
My brief week.
Come on, you know what I'm saying? Hit him with that. I like that. We got to turn this into something.
I don't know if I want to just introduce it
like
that.
You don't want to do it like that? Okay.
Oh, my brief week, because I mean it's still the same time.
You're right.
You know, 7 days a week, and
I guess I was just trying to call it what it is, like the segment.
Well, the segment is brief.
Okay.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that the week was brief.
Okay, I like that. Sorry, y'all can see we working out the kinks as we go.
Speaking of kinks, man, like, how do y'all like the new camera angle? Because we've switched it up.
We have.
Usually I'm on that side.
Yeah.
Mike's on this side.
Hey, something new, y'all.
We flip-flopped.
We did.
So anyway, back to the week. So the week was full of work, which, of course, I can't complain. You know, I say often that, you know, last year I was unemployed for a little bit, and I couldn't say that, you know, work was great because I wasn't working. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm grateful to have a job. I'm grateful to have some income. Work was good. Of course, you know where I work. It's always busy. Each week it seems like I meet a new celebrity.
I believe
which is dope. Who did I meet this week? This past week I met Jaleel White.
Really?
Yeah. Steve Urkel. I met him. And I was like, yo, it's like one of my coworkers was like, yo, is that Steve Urkel? And I wasn't paying attention because, you know, I'm working. I mean, we were all working, but it was kind of busy. And then he just happened to, you know, come past me where I was. And I was like, oh, snap.
You said, what's up?
Yeah, heck yeah, I did. And I was like, yo, man, it's so nice to meet you in person. He was like, hey, likewise, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. And he tapped me on my shoulder, you know, kept it pushing.
Wow.
One of my other coworkers got a picture with him.
Yeah, security?
No.
Okay, I
He was just traveling by himself. He's a cool brother.
That's
you know
what's up, man.
Yeah.
Childhood, like, that's we all, well, I ain't gonna say we all, but a lot of us grew up, you know what I mean?
Yep, grew up on Family Matters, and he did a lot of voiceover work. Like, you know, he voiced Sonic the Hedgehog in one of the early 90s Sonic the Hedgehog TV shows. Yep.
That was dope, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to
actually 2 of them. 2 different, I want to say 2 different Sonic the Hedgehog TV shows. He voiced Sonic on.
Bro, he's like I ain't gonna say more like an icon, but bro, like he's definitely somebody that he made an imprint on.
I would say he's an icon.
You say?
Because, listen, the way I see it, Family Matters, when it first started, Steve Urkel, like his character was just one part of the show.
Yeah.
Just a minor part of the show. The show was a spinoff of another TV show in the 80s called Perfect Strangers. The character of Harriet was on the show Perfect Strangers. And eventually she got a spinoff, which was Family Matters. So the show Family Matters was supposed to be about Harriet and her family.
Oh.
And their nerdy next door neighbor, Steve Urkel. But because Steve Urkel became so popular in season 1, the show was reworked to be his show essentially. So yeah, they wrapped it around him, and he was in every episode moving forward.
Yeah.
Instead of just a recurring role, he had the starring role.
Yeah. It was like you expected him. Honestly, only 2 people you kind of expected to me was Steve Urkel and then Carl. I expected them to, because it's kind of like, you can't have one without the other. But it's like, to me, those are the 2 I expected to see always. And then Laura, of course.
Yep.
Shout out to Laura.
So yeah, meeting him was pretty cool because he was definitely iconic.
Yeah.
Or he is definitely iconic. Excuse me. I will say that. What else happened this week? It's been hot.
Yes.
To say the least.
The weather switched up on us.
Weather definitely switched up on us.
Had to turn that air on. Didn't even want to do it.
Started sleeping in shorts.
Yeah. I feel you, bro. Yeah. It was hot. And it takes a lot for me to get hot. So if I get hot, it's really hot.
Because what do you say? Like when we out and
cold, I'm cold.
when we step outside and we talking about our cars for like 5 minutes.
I kid you not. Anytime I know we recording, I bring a jacket. Like I even brought one, now, but like I left it. You know what I'm saying? But I always, because I'm just cold.
Yeah.
Right now it feels okay.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
He's like, nah.
I'm still hot. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I'm still hot.
Yeah. It's a little toasty in here though. But then the lights, I think, also helps.
Because we got lights on lights on lights.
Luckily, we didn't bring them all.
Yeah, that is true, because it would have been worse.
Yes.
So count your blessings.
Big facts, not your problems.
There you go.
But what else about your week?
Just been editing. Like the week has just been busy. And I know we said this was going to be a brief week, so I'm about to wrap it up. But the week has just been busy. Man, I've been working so hard on the previous episode we had with Ed. Shout out to Sauce Brady once again,
Shout out to him, man.
That episode, it was almost 3 hours worth of footage. Dang. And I'm trying to, okay, maybe 2 hours and I want to say maybe 2 hours and 40 minutes, I will say.
That's dang near there.
It's still a lot. But yeah, it's just tough trying to chop it up and make everything make sense and not have to include every single element and having to work with 3 different camera angles.
I ain't gonna lie, that's tough.
That's the most tedious part, working with your angle, my angle, his angle, and trying to edit that into one show and make it cohesive and make sense.
Yeah, keeping the creativeness for just the clips too.
Yes.
I know that's a lot, bro.
Yes.
So yeah.
Because do you see all them clips I put out?
Yeah. But they're good though. I must say, I
appreciate it, because I think I've been working on them. I've been working on including text and captions and stuff like that after meeting up with Crew Season Podcast. When I talked about that, they gave me some tips and pointers. And I've been trying to step my
it shows
my clip game up.
Nah, for real, it shows. No, I think definitely that one clip that you made from Sharon was to me, that was the catalyst. That was the start of just a different type of movement, and it showed our lane in those videos. I don't know, it just showed our identity.
Where I'm from in East Savannah, it might be a basketball court on every street, people playing basketball. Now, you riding through, you don't see nobody playing basketball outside no more.
You'll see a gas station being built in our city, and we think nothing of it. In the hood, who gonna build the park? We keep depending on Parks and Rec. When it comes to the inner city, I see everybody delegating. Where Parks and Rec at? Where the mayor at? No, where is us at? You know how much it costs to build a court? Probably $90,000. You get 90 people, give $100. What you got? $90,000. Wait, is that number right?
No,
it can't be right.
But I see your vision. I wasn't.
I see your vision.
I wasn't gonna say that. I was just gonna put it up on the screen.
If it's that easy, I don't think it's that.
It's not that easy. He all he had to do was annex one more zero.
We
was there.
We about to go eat that court.
We might go get that court tonight.
If it's that easy,
Hell, bro. So we gonna go get the court tonight.
90,000.
Hey, I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was just gonna add it on the screen. Man. I was gonna add the correct math.
Yo,
all he had to do was annex one more zero to that. So instead of 100, he had to put one more zero at the end. You get 90 people to donate $1,000.
Yeah. And I think ever since then, you just been like really, really elevating as far as like the editing skills and just, I don't know, even just the overall look and feel of the reels. It's something different about them.
I've been working on it, man, for real. So, and that clip with Sharon, that was funny,
bruh.
I thought we were gonna get at least 20,000 views on it,
bruh, but
ended up doing 14.5. So it's good. I'm not
14.5.
I'm not gonna say that that's underachieving.
Come on, let's have 14.5 people outside right now. We'd be like, yo, wait a minute. Hold on.
You're right about that. If 14.5 thousand people were outside to see us,
that would be. Bro, we wouldn't, I might be a little nervous.
Just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Because once we get on stage and do our thing, bro, we in our zone.
But you got to think about it. When we start doing live shows, like it's going to be a small audience and then it's going to start to grow and grow and grow. So we'll build up to that.
Same thing like with this, man.
Yeah.
When we started off with us just being our own subscribers.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. But enough about my week, man. How was your week?
Oh, man. Same thing, definitely working. It's kind of like I'm kind of like where you were at one point. I lost a job as well that I had for a long time. And for me, for those of you that don't know, I for a minute, I did not get another job. I wanted to try this whole entrepreneurial journey out, in which I'm still on. But at the same time, too, you got to make sure that you're ready. So I just want to encourage people, if you are looking to be an entrepreneur in your life, you can do it. And you can still work a job while doing it. But what I will say is that make sure that when you take that jump or before you take that jump is that you have yourself kind of set up in a position to where you can, if you choose not to work, you can withstand and hold yourself up until your business takes off. Or, just get you a little part-time or something that is still bringing some type of steady income, because, man, oh, man, I'm learning this thing the hard way, as far as trying to grow something and then keep my own self afloat. So other than that, bro, I'm really good. I've learned so much. I'm growing in my faith right now. I don't know, bro. I got nothing to complain about. Like, I'm grateful even for this right here. Like, I can be honest, I'm tired, but at the same time, I was like, bro, I get to do this. I don't have to do this. I get to do this. So, and this is, I look at this as a next step to something else. Like, something else is gonna come about from just doing this, bro. We get better and better every time we do this.
Speaking of, and I want to say, my apologies to some of the people who have reached out to us and emailed us, but we've been getting quite a few emails lately about people wanting to be guests on our show.
I saw some of those too.
Yeah.
So like that shows people are taking notice.
Yeah.
I thought I saw something else too. It was like I've been getting, I don't know if you get it, but like I get a couple follows now from other podcast page now. Like they
on your personal page?
On my personal page, some people will find me. Yeah. So it'll come from when we are like, when you do like those collaborative reels. So it's just like they're seeing us, whether it be on personal page or podcast page.
There you go.
So I know something's gonna pop from this, bro. Like, bro, it's all a part of it. We just getting better.
And that's what we have to do. Just make sure that, saying if people recognize you without recognizing me and you make it, don't forget to reach back, and pull up the little
bro,
people, you know what I'm saying?
They cannot have one without the other, period. So if I get into a room,
remember that, guys. Remember that.
If I get into a room, even if I'm the first one to get into it, I might be in there a little while. I'm like, all right, well, hey, look, I own a podcast. Okay, we are a group, and you cannot take me without him. So for real, I don't want to do this job by myself. But other than that, brother, the week was good, man. I ain't got nothing else. My brief. Okay, we can't call it a brief, but my brief week.
We'll work around that.
Yeah, the brief week. But I'm gonna do something else though too. Before we, after the brief week, I won't plan on this, but this is gonna be. I want this to be like. Let me add this little sports sections in there. I want to create a sports segment.
A sports segment.
I don't know what we're gonna call it though.
Me either, because this was your idea. But
I know.
We're gonna keep up with it.
Let's jump in with it. I feel inspired. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So this is gonna be the first sports segment. We don't have a name for it yet. We're gonna call it
We'll come back to that.
We'll come back to it. I lost it. But anyways, in the sports news right now, something that I've been looking at. I don't know if you've been keeping up with women's college basketball or women's sports?
I have until LSU got knocked out.
Well,
for the most part, but yeah,
the fact that you even are noticing it shows that women's basketball is on the rise.
It is.
I don't know if you saw the statistic about how
I did.
You know what I mean?
The WNBA draft.
Yeah.
The viewership of the WNBA. Do you have it pulled up right now?
I don't have the. Were you talking about the draft? Or were you talking about? I was talking about the statistics. That too, but I was talking about statistics for when it was the championship game.
My bad. Go back to that.
So yeah, this year for the first time, the women's title game drew more viewers versus the men. While men were at an average about 18.7, women were at about 24 million viewers.
Women's national championship game had more viewers than the men's for the first time ever. UConn Purdue, 14.8 million views compared to the Iowa-South Carolina game that had 18.9 million views. And Joe says at the end of this tweet here, that's incredible. Which it is. But I'm going to take a little bit of the villain card here and just say, let's pump the brakes a little bit. I mean, you had the women's game on a Sunday at 3 p.m. and you had the men's game on a Monday at 9:20 p.m. These are both Eastern times. 9:20 versus 3. Obviously, we're not going to get a lot of viewership there. The game's over way too late. There was already a lot of complaints that the game was late enough. But let's just pump the brakes a little bit. It's not like this was a primetime game. You toss this game at 7 o'clock. Dare I say, they're going to be touching those million views there. Now, if we want to go back to Nancy Armour's take, well, apparently we all knew UConn was going to win, so why watch? It's still the national championship. We watch it anyway.
So, that's pretty impressive. I don't know.
It is. Yo, let's give it up to them one time. For real. Give it up to them one time.
Big facts, man. I'm happy to see women are getting more recognition. That's been the biggest.
I am too. I kind of want to, since we're on that topic, I kind of want to get to the part where people were talking about pay.
Yes.
But we could touch on that after the draft.
Okay, that's what I was going to say though next though.
Yeah, for sure. But when it comes to college basketball, like I'm not really a fan of college basketball like that, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. But definitely when it came down to March Madness, I was watching the women's games.
You was on it, bro.
I was watching the women's games. I did not see any men's games, but I definitely watched the women's college basketball games, which was crazy.
That sounds wild.
Yeah.
We didn't catch no men games. No. Like, I mean, it's not a knocker, you know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. It's definitely not a knock to the fellas at all, but again, I'm not a college basketball fan. Like, I'm not like really tapped in like that.
Yeah.
But, I think the last time I was watching, college hoops was when JJ Redick was playing for Duke.
Oh, it's been a minute then, brother.
Right.
Yeah, that brother's retired now.
That's what I'm saying. He was in the NBA for how long?
He was in there at least about a decade, I want to say.
That's what I'm saying. So the last time I watched college basketball like that, especially during March Madness, was when JJ Redick played for Duke.
Yeah, it had been like, dang, good 12, 13 years, 14.
So it's been that long.
Wow. And that's when men's was at more of a height too. So this is amazing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like going off to the money part now. Your girl Angel Reese, she was talking about how when she was in college, they was like, I'm chilling because in all honesty, she was like, we making more money
because she knew she wasn't going to make enough money in the WNBA compared to what she was making in college. And I agreed with her.
Dude,
I agreed with her on that.
The overall payout for the number one pick was, I want to say, for her 4 years was around $338,000. That's for 4 years. Like first year she was only gonna make like 76,000. And I saw somebody made a joke. They was talking about, I know some of my homeboys make more than that in a year. So it's just like, bruh. You know what I'm saying? But now, granted, I don't think that's gonna be the only thing. 'Cause I think she'll have so many more endorsements.
You're definitely gonna have endorsements. Because look at Caitlin Clark. Like Caitlin Clark, she just got signed to Nike.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? See, like, she's going to have a signature shoe with Nike.
Man, she's gonna have so many deals.
She's gonna have deals.
Her jersey's already sold out.
Yeah, it's gonna have deals.
Yeah,
but like when you think about it, when we talk about the money aspect and the pay between the NBA and the WNBA, because that's what a lot of people have been talking about, over the last few days after the WNBA draft. Man, it's essentially pennies in comparison to the NBA.
Yeah.
But I understand why.
The idea of the gender pay gap and how unrelenting the argument has gotten, even in the cases where it's not justified, got me thinking more about women's sports because constantly the idea of equal pay is being brought up. So I want to look at the WNBA. Now, I just want to clarify, they are not asking for equal pay per se, but rather they're asking for an equal revenue share of what the NBA doles out to its players, which, by the way, the profit numbers between these two leagues are very stark. The NBA makes $10 billion per year, while the WNBA makes $60 million per year. So if you just want to compare those two numbers, $10 billion versus $60 million, those are largely different. You also want to look at the salaries. An average one in the NBA is $3.6 million versus $102,000 for the WNBA. So I really would love for women to get theirs. I hope that they do. But the WNBA, it just isn't that profitable. I mean, you can even see here the ticket prices between the two leagues. The average ticket price, it's about half is what it is in the NBA and the WNBA. And the other problem is that a lot of the hype around the WNBA is largely manufactured. Obviously, there's a lot of people who want to see the women's component of the men's league succeed. I would like to see them succeed. But the fact is just people are not that excited about the WNBA. And I feel like by manufacturing all this excitement around the WNBA, you're just putting these women in a position to more than likely fail.
Since the WNBA's inception, they have not made anywhere near the amount that the NBA has brought in.
No.
Nowhere near it.
No.
In fact, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said that every year the NBA has to essentially give money to the WNBA to keep it afloat. You know, this is a start.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm happy that, you know, this is finally getting more notice, more notoriety, because if you look at, first of all, the draft, the WNBA draft, going back to March Madness and women's college basketball, like they did their thing this year.
Yeah.
They really did. So much so that the WNBA draft brought in the highest ratings of any WNBA draft ever.
Oh, yeah, I believe it.
Now, this is according to sportspromedia.com. All right. 2024 WNBA draft breaks record with 2.45 million viewers on ESPN. U.S. media giant ESPN scored record viewership figures for its coverage of the 2024 Women's National Basketball Association draft as 2.45 million viewers tuned in to watch Caitlin Clark get selected number 1 overall by the Indiana Fever.
Yep.
So just looking at this graph that I saw online, right? Each WNBA draft has been under 500,000 views. Starting with the year 2011, and that's just what I'm seeing on this chart here.
Yeah.
And this is according to Sports Media Watch. Since 2011, the viewership of the WNBA draft has been less than 500,000 until 2023. Now, this was, you know, the first time that it shot up over 500,000. And that was, of course, shortly after, you know, the Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark feud, or LSU versus Iowa, you know, when people started putting more eyes on women's basketball.
Yeah.
And then in 2024, it just shot up like completely. Like if you look at this chart, 2024 is just, it surpassed all the other years before.
Yeah.
The numbers speak for themselves. 2.45 million people tuned into ESPN to watch the 2024 WNBA draft, brought to you by State Farm. That is insane. That number quadrupled from last year and surpassed the last 7 WNBA drafts. With record-breaking numbers and endless excitement, this 2024 draft class has the excitement going through the roof. With viewing numbers like these, the WNBA is definitely going to have to expand. The WNBA commissioner did state that they want to get up to 16 teams within the next few years. They are already viewing cities such as Philadelphia, Toronto, Portland, Denver, Nashville, and South Florida. But Commissioner, listen to me. Can we check out Charlotte? Can you bring back the Sting? It'll be greatly appreciated. I promise you, I will make the most amazing content for you guys. I will be the loudest Sting cheerleader you could ever think of. I'm just saying, Charlotte is an amazing city and you should bring it back. I'm just I'm just saying. But nevertheless, I can't wait to see the season tip off on May 14th and see what new viewer numbers this brings in. So make sure you tune in, buy the merch, and let's keep these numbers up. I think the highest viewing game this year is going to be Chicago versus Indiana. I will be tuning in, and you should too.
So, things are starting to look up.
They really are. Caitlin Clark has done a lot. I think that you got to put in perspective. She became the leading women's scorer, actually, for both men and women. Mm-hmm. Most threes as well. If you look at the girl shoot, she's just like a modern day Steph Curry. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So she definitely is bringing that excitement back. And her jersey sold out already too, by the way. And them ticket prices going crazy. So I even wanted to go to a game myself. So.
And that's cool, man, because I've wanted to go to some WNBA games in the past, but it's like I rarely go to NBA games, because I'm usually always working. But whenever I get a chance, to go to a game, I'll go. Man,
I remember I went one time. I took this girl a long time ago, and bro, we got great seats, and I got insurance on the tickets and everything, and it was I probably paid maybe $50 for both of those tickets.
Really?
And I'm talking about I was close. I was probably 5 or 6 seats away from the floor. And I had insurance. I think I probably paid a little more for insurance, but yeah, the tickets was cheap. Wow. Nowadays, bro, you ain't getting one now lower than $300 or $400.
Well, I know that you definitely have your eye out for quality women. You don't mess with low quality women, which is good. And I don't know if you saw this video that went viral probably a few weeks ago. This woman was complaining that she went on a date to a Hawks game, and her date got her seats in the nosebleeds, and she was complaining about that. And she was like, "Oh, he should have got us courtside or something like that."
Okay, courtside.
Now I'm thinking this was a skit. I don't think it was real.
Okay,
but it did go viral, and
okay.
Real quick before we dive into that, y'all check this out if y'all haven't seen it already.
No shade, no tea, but y'all, tell me why somebody invited me on a date, right?
Stop the cap.
So I done did my makeup, put my outfit on. They said we going to a basketball game. Let me show y'all where the they got me sitting there. I done left their ass. I'm sitting in a whole nother seat because I don't even give a fuck. Why would you even play with me like that? Y'all, do y'all see how high I am? Okay. And they keep texting my phone talking about where you at. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. I'm finna find me another date. These motherfuckers finna play musical chairs, dog. I'm finna just make this the best out this shit, y'all. They playing some basketball musical chairs. Now I'm finna show y'all what they doing.
One seat remaining.
Okay. And they lucky I took some motherfucking shots before I came in this bitch. Because otherwise, you feel me? But it's okay, y'all. When I tell y'all I came with somebody, I'ma leave with somebody else.
Just imagine if that's actually real, which I highly doubt. I think it's a skit, to be honest. I think it's a skit. Because, people just go viral for anything these days.
Yeah.
But imagine if that's real.
How
many guys have to deal with that?
You don't have to. Yeah, because that would have been it. So, at that point. But, you got to know who you're talking to at this point. Be honest with women, bro. And, okay, I can understand to an extent how she may felt about nosebleed seats. Because I ain't going to lie to you, even me, I would choose to stay home. Because I've sat in nosebleeds, and it's not the experience, unless you just want to go to an NBA game. If you've never been to one, yeah, go. But I personally wouldn't want to sit in nosebleed because I can't enjoy the game like how I want to. Now, granted, her, it don't seem like she wanted to really more so enjoy the game. It's like she wanted the status type. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't mind it if that was real. So yeah, I can see both sides, but yeah, that was a little bit. You need to watch. You need to know who you're taking out on a date, fellas.
That is true. So if that was real, gentlemen, pay attention, especially in Atlanta, because more on that coming soon. Because we're cooking something. We're definitely cooking something about that.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I'm excited for basketball again. I'm excited to see the playoffs. Apparently, B's trash team is in the playoffs.
So don't do that. Because listen, first and foremost, now I know the sports segment was going to be a little brief, but kind of like the brief week, it ain't so brief. I know we're not a sports podcast, but stay with us here. Now, in the past, I have stated that I am a New York Knicks fan.
Yeah,
I am a true New York Knicks fan.
For sure.
At least I'm not a bandwagon fan.
Oh, for sure.
Never that.
For sure.
Because how many people say, "Oh, I love the Knicks. I love watching the Knicks."
Probably people from New York. That's about it. and Spike Lee.
That is true because Spike Lee be at courtside games
Don't miss
to watch the Knicks.
You don't miss it.
Like Jack Nicholson
Yep.
be at Lakers games.
Don't miss it. Lifetime member.
But anyway, you can't say that I'm a bandwagon fan. Yeah. And right now, with the standings, even before the playoffs, the New York Knicks, number 2 in the Eastern Conference, number 2 behind the Boston Celtics, who were number 1, obviously.
Wow, that's actually pretty impressive, though.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's one of those things where it's like, y'all like, I don't know if you watch football a lot, but y'all kind of like the Cowboys. You know?
Nah, I don't really watch football, but yeah, I know people hate on the Cowboys a lot.
They call them America's team, and every year they they look good. And then when it's time, time to shine, But I'm gonna give y'all credit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all actually are like a good team. I will give y'all credit. So we shall see. But
shout out to Jalen Brunson and them boys.
Nah, big facts though, man. Big facts. I really hope y'all do something. Y'all got a lot of competition ahead of y'all though.
Hey, as of this recording, they already beat Philly. Yeah. So
okay.
I think they were like number 6 in the East or something like that.
Philly dropped off a little bit because boy Embiid got hurt, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's
on a dunk. And isn't Embiid supposed to be on the Olympic team this year?
He was. Embiid was. Yeah, he was on his way to become MVP this year, but he got hurt. So that's what I'm saying. That's pretty impressive. I got to give my hats off to y'all for that. We shall see.
So shout out to them boys. Shout out to them boys. I will say this is a long shot, but hey, there's a chance. I will say. If them boys win a championship this year, I'm flying back home to go to the parade. I'm flying back to New York to go to the parade. I'm whatever happens.
I respect that.
I'm gonna catch a flight back up there.
That'll actually be a really big day.
Yeah,
that would be a really big day.
I'm not gonna miss that.
Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, he's not gonna be going to New York as you see. So I just want to go ahead and throw it out there.
Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell y'all, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. So shout out to the Knicks, man.
Oh man. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the section that has not been named yet, but we just gonna call it the sports section as of right now. But yeah, man, y'all come back, y'all revisit when we saying B ain't gonna get that plane ticket out there. So y'all remember that.
Hey, if I was a gambling man, which I'm not, I would put money on it. I know Mike would take that bet.
This would be a great time to place that bet. If you were like a gambling man and put some odds on Vegas, you put the New York Knicks will make it to the finals right now. Ooh, you will make so much money if they won, of course. I mean, if they made it.
Yeah.
But yeah, because a lot of people probably are against them.
I know a lot of people are, and even if they made it through everyone in the Eastern Conference, they would still most likely have to go up against Denver.
Oh yeah,
Denver, the reigning champs. They're gonna defend their title again.
Yes, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
We'll see. Have mercy. Well, we'll see. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that y'all enjoyed this section. Be more coming
and
soon.
If you didn't enjoy it, please just let us know down below so we can maybe figure out if this is something that we should stick with.
I don't care if y'all didn't enjoy it. All right, we're going to keep this sports section. I like sports, all right?
Hey, that man passionate about it, so
I love it.
Let's do it.
What's the new segment of the day?
So, this next segment, man, this one also does not have a title, but it's just going to be about some topics that we got going on that we wanted to discuss. So as of right now, according to what Mike has called it in the past, you know what I'm saying? This is going to be the main course, because a previous segment that we used to call it the dessert, and it would always come after the main course. So this right here is just going to be the main course until we come up with a better title. But I wanted to talk about beef, man. And you know what? That actually kind of flows because, main course, beef, you know what I'm saying? Goes hand in hand.
Beef is when the light ain't sleep. Beef is when the... That song was hard. Who made that song, by the way?
B.I.G.
There you go. Yeah, that song was pretty dark. I'm not going to lie. Dang. Guarantee that I see you. Whoa, my gosh.
Yeah. You remember the lyrics.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I was never like a thug or anything, but you know what I'm saying? I used to listen to a lot of hood music. Pumped me up. Until I became a little more conscious about what I was feeding myself. But you know what I mean?
Okay. Dang. Yeah, that was Notorious B.I.G. But yeah, look at this guy. Anyway.
Yeah, he's got a little now. I'm a little cultured.
Beef. There's been a lot of talk about beefs going on lately. And I just wanted to bring it up to the forefront, man. Starting with a few of the main beefs that are going on right now. of course, one that is essentially not going on so much, but J. Cole versus Kendrick Lamar, which is kind of interesting because J. Cole was the one who initially set up the meeting between Dre and Kendrick. If it wasn't for that, there's no telling where Kendrick would be right now.
J. Cole, did you tell Dr. Dre about Kendrick?
Who told you that? Who gave you that piece of information?
Well, you are J. Cole. We have to know.
The answer is yes, I did. I'm not gonna say I was the first to tell him. There was a what's my man name that used to work for Dre? Light skinned dude. Manny. Yeah. When I brought him up to Dre, I was like, yo, you know what you got? I went in there to like work on Detox or whatever. You know how Dre do. It's like if you're a young rapper and he rock with you, he want to bring you through and like have you test the water. So yeah, I was like, yo, you gotta sign this kid from Compton. Boom, boom. Kendrick. Boom, boom. And then Manny was like, oh yeah, that's the kid I was telling you about. Boom, boom. So I have no clue. You know what I mean? Because that's never. You know what I mean? I've never heard anybody say that type of shit. But yeah, shout out to Dr. Dre. He made the right decision.
Did you want to sign Kendrick?
100%. I don't know what I would have signed him to. You know what I mean? We ain't have our business intact, but that's how much I rock with him. You know what I mean? At that time, I met him, and instantly was like, man, you know, I was highly impressed and was like, damn, you know, that would have been the first artist.
But hey, you know, J. Cole versus Kendrick.
Hold on, before you go to the next though, how you feel about him apologizing?
Man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my fucking life.
So J. Cole's beef with Kendrick Lamar ended fast, with a bit of a U-turn from Cole.
How many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a fucking microphone? Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? As do I.
It started when Kendrick called out Cole and Drake in a surprise verse that sent the rap world reeling.
Motherfuck the big three. Nigga, it's just big me.
Cole responded with the track 7-Minute Drill on his EP, Might Delete Later.
I'm powered up for real, that shit would feel like swatting a fly.
That's right, Might Delete Later. And this appearance came just 3 days after the track was released.
That was the lamest, like, goofiest shit. And I say all that to say, it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly.
Cole spoken publicly about his sobriety and his struggles with alcohol. And he said that warring with Kendrick's taken its toll.
I gotta keep it 100 with y'all, right? I damn near had a relapse, right?
Speaking at Dreamville Festival in North Carolina, Cole said the world wanted blood, and he'd been trying to give them what they wanted.
Boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls. Oh my fucking God. Text flooded, I couldn't even answer my shit. Nigga, it's wartime, boom, 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 right? Niggas wanna see blood.
So now the rap world awaits Drake's response, but could this humble apology mark a post-beef era for the genre?
I guess in that situation, he wanted to be the bigger man.
Yeah.
However, you don't apologize in no damn beef. If you gonna apologize, you gonna do it like a different way. Like do it kind of like do it like Nas and Jay did. You know what I'm saying? When they had their beef, they put it on wax. They made sure it was definitely in the music, and they let everything go bar for bar. And then next thing you know, they're popping up together. You know what I'm saying? Just making songs again. Like everything's cool. But that was years later.
Yeah.
I feel like when you going through a beef like this, especially how people compare, like, you know, J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake as being like some of the top 3 rappers right now. And of course, you know, what Kendrick said,
motherfuck the big three. Nigga, it's just big me.
That's the type of energy that Cole should have had. But I think Cole is still a little bit more relaxed to the point where it's like, you know what? I'm over it. It is what it is. Let me hang my head up. Let me bow out of this one.
I think it was more so like he knew he had to respond, but his response was like had to feel like he was pressured by the people to make a response. And when I listened to J. Cole, I turned it off because I felt like that was J. Cole, but that wasn't really J. Cole. Like he was on some like, I gotta put this out just to like make it seem like I ain't no punk. It's just I just was listening to some of the words. I'm like, this ain't J. Cole. Like, what did he say? He was like, if you something you got beef, it comes with extensions. And I'm just like, J. Cole talk like this, but he don't talk like he'll talk like that in a metaphorical way, but it would just kind of be like a vague. But this was like aimed at somebody. And to me, I feel like that's one of the reasons why he apologized, because in his spirit, that's not J. Cole. If you listen to a lot of conscious stuff that J. Cole say, he's a very like, his spirit is good. And I feel like when he did that raps, I feel like he just was like, man, this ain't right. So that's why I felt he apologized. I don't have a problem with it. Everybody's been tripping about it. I'm actually glad he did it.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, I don't look at him no different. I just tell that wasn't him.
Yeah.
You know, now Drake is a different story. Drake a different type of animal. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? That's probably why. Okay, yeah, that's probably why Cole did it the way that he did. But
think about it.
Let's continue with the list here just a little bit. So you had J. Cole versus Kendrick versus Drake, Drake versus everybody. So by everybody, I mean Metro Boomin, Future, of course Kanye, because I don't think Drake and Kanye will ever, come, to an agreement. Even though it seems like every once in a while they will, they're still gonna have their beef. And Rick Ross, man, Rick Ross was involved somehow, and that was kind of wild. But let me say this before I get my thoughts on the whole Drake versus Rick Ross situation. How do you feel about how Rick Ross has been handling it?
I mean, first and foremost, my honest opinion is that it shows me that no amount of money could ever make you truly happy. Because I see these two brothers win.
Cap, because I'm gonna be the happiest man in the world when I get my bread up.
But at the same time, too, it's like if you see the stuff that they comparing like mansions. Oh, my mansion bigger than your mansion. My yacht bigger than your yacht, bro. You got a yacht and a mansion, bro. These people would love to have this. So
that is true.
It's just like they comparing planes and stuff. It's just like he was like, oh man, that little old Gulfstream. What the heck, brother? Do you realize we gotta go catch Spirit, bro? Like
talking about yeah, man, that plane from 1978. Be
man.
safe on that.
Stuff like that.
Make sure you put your seatbelt on. Oh, you only got a 40-room mansion, bro.
like
I got 100.
Like, is that not a lot? So yeah, I mean, to me, that's just that's one thing. But honestly, I think Rick Ross, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's coming at him. He's on it. It's a little childish to me. I'm not gonna hold you, but
I think it's very childish because Rick Ross is essentially putting everything out there on the internet. Mm-hmm. It's not just like he's putting the music out to make the disses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's always like, oh, let me pull my phone out and record something, and let me show my house, and let me show this, and let me show that, and hey, you let your man Birdman go bankrupt and you ain't buy him a house type stuff. Like, ain't none of my people ever went into foreclosure.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. I think that's very childish.
Yeah. Like,
put it to the music, man. Just rap about it. Let it go bar for bar. Let's see what happens.
I mean, yeah. But it's just, I don't know. I like this whole beef thing or whatever because it brings about competition. And it has brought about a new spark in the rap game.
And it keeps people talking.
Yeah. But I just don't like it when it becomes more than rap. Like it's you taking it to the streets and, I don't know. It just becomes more about the art, more than the art actually, than anything else.
Yeah, because that's when it becomes ridiculous. Like when it involves street stuff and becomes more than, like you said, more than the art.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox, and we do have some breaking news that we want to get to. This is some aerial footage of the house from Drake. This is the rapper Drake right there. This is his house in Toronto. There was a shooting that happened earlier outside Drake's Toronto home, and one person was injured in this. According to TMZ, sources confirm the injured person is a member of Drake's security team. Now, police have yet to say if they believe the shooting is related to the Kendrick Lamar feud. Drake and Kendrick Lamar have been feuding for quite some time, releasing diss tracks against one another. But again, police have revealed the victim suffered a gunshot wound to the upper chest, and it does appear to have been a drive-by attack. Also, there has been impact across the Atlantic. In London, someone reportedly vandalizing Drake's store, spray painting, quote, "They not like us" on the store's front window. That graffiti inspired by Kendrick Lamar's latest diss track drop, quote, "Not like us." And just a short time ago, we were hearing from Canadian authorities as they shared the very latest in this shooting, and I do want to play that for you right now.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Inspector Paul Krofchek of the Integrated Gun and Gang Task Force, and I'm pleased to be here today. I know there's a lot of interest in this incident, and I hope you can also appreciate that information is very limited at this time, so I only have so much. What I do know, I will advise you of, and I will take a few questions at the end. This morning at about 2 a.m., police were called to a shooting at the residence behind me here. When officers arrived, they located a male who was suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. That male was taken to hospital in serious condition. That person was working, apparently, as a security guard at the residence. He was standing outside of the gates in front of the residence when the shooting occurred. We have individuals who obviously performed the shooting who were seen in a vehicle. I do not have a description of the vehicle or the suspects at this time. Again, it's very early on in the investigation.
I wish these brothers would have just put it to the music and just let the people decide what's going on.
Yeah.
But I guess you could say that that's a sign of the times because social media is heavily involved.
Yeah.
AI is also heavily involved.
Yeah, they're coming out with fake
People
diss
coming
tracks.
up with fake diss tracks, and nobody knows which diss track is from who, or like, is it really them, or was it somebody doing it through AI?
Well,
We don't
luckily
know.
they got a lot of fact checkers now that can check AI sounds and different things. So that is a good thing. And music can't be cleared, you know, if it's not real. So that is a thing. But it's getting scary though.
It is,
as far as AI and how it can manipulate stuff. But yeah, you know, that's another topic on its own.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, I think this rap beef is definitely new. It's something that's needed right now. It's bringing about people to get in their bag.
Yeah.
You don't want to be looked at as a punk. I still rock with J. Cole. I don't care what y'all say.
For sure.
You know
I
what
do
I'm saying?
too, man. And yo, Kanye got to chill because out of nowhere, Kanye just started dissing J. Cole because I think he just felt left out.
Kanye just wanted Kanye just said, yo, somebody holler at me real quick. Somebody talk about me.
I want to be involved in this beef.
Come on now. Man.
Somebody just, you know, anybody. So he just started firing shots at J. Cole. And I was like, Kanye, man, yo, sit down.
But you know what I really realized though, in general, like what the rap game really is, bro? All the rap game is, it's a marketing, like, it's just like, it's a marketing agency or marketing service, bro. Think about how much stuff has been promoted because of rap.
Right.
Clothes, shoes, cars, beef, whatever. Everything is it's been promoted because of rap. Like we're so influential as far as what we can put out there. So I don't know. I just really thought about that thought today. You know, especially Rick Ross, you know, he promotes everything that he does.
That is true.
In his videos. Even if he beefing with you, he gon' talk to the Bel Airs, we drink to the champagne poppy, y'all. Y'all go check out my new track, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
What's up, white boy?
Yeah, going at him like,
what you gotta say now?
I was just like, but yeah.
But I mean, it's crazy because it's like old videos and pictures of Drake have resurfaced because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
One of which was when Drake said the N-word, he put the ER at the end, like the hard R.
Like he said it in the video?
Yeah, he said it in the video.
Oh.
And it was just like,
wow,
why is he saying it like that? And it was just kind of funny to see, but it's like, whatever, yo. But then also, extra receipts started coming out about Ross being a CO in the 90s and stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, that was stuff that 50 Cent dug up back in like 2008.
Yeah.
But, you know, Ross has talked about it in several interviews afterwards. And
he had to.
Yeah, he had to. First when 50 was calling him out, he denied it. Denied. Then eventually he said it was him. And eventually he said that, yo, you know, I was only a CO for like 4 months. I didn't, you know, make it all the way. Like I didn't make it through training type stuff. But then somebody else came into the fold, a YouTuber by the name of 1090 Jake, who hosts, you know, End of Sentence. which I've watched for years. I've been watching his channel for years, and it was crazy to see him be thrown into this beef. And he decided to put himself into this beef because Rick Ross kept calling out white boy, and Jake was like, well, now you got a real white boy to worry about. But anyway, Jake was talking about how Rick Ross was a correction officer, I think, for like 18 months. So when Ross said it was 4 months, that was a lie. So
yeah, because he wanted to cover his tracks. It damages his image if he's looked at as something that he's talking about, like as far as being against the police.
Yeah,
and he was one. So I mean, but yeah, I do remember all that too. Yeah, I remember that. It's just, I mean, if it's kind of smart because at the same time, like you said, what Kanye doing, it's free publicity.
Yeah,
you get your name out there. If you got some type of album or something ready to come out, or you've been fell off, it's perfect time.
That is true.
You know, I might be beefing with Drake. Yo, Drake, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
He ain't gonna pay you no mind.
He ain't. But I could put out a diss track though, and they be like,
how?
I don't know. You know me, I'm on live mixtapes though. Y'all go check out that new mixtape that's dropping. That Piff 2 as well. So we're gonna come out. We coming out with a diss track against Drake.
And let the people say,
stop the cap.
So yeah, I'm just gonna insert myself into this.
Anywho, this episode has gone long enough. So much so that I actually do want to split it into 2 parts. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tapping into this episode. And we can't wait to see you on the next one.
Till the next time.
Till the next time. You know we cannot leave without saying,
where you are today
is a residual outcome
or the thoughts you had in the past.
Straight like that. Peace.
Live mixtapes.
No.
Sorry.